I would now request TM Nauman Faridi to please start with his first project.
Have you ever seen the movie Forrest Gump? This Oscar winner tells the story of a man called Forrest Gump and his journey through life. There is a famous quote in the movie where he says, "My mama always said, life was like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get." Life is indeed like that. You really don't know what's in it for you until you get it, despite how much you plan for it. While we may think of it as a failure at that time, it is nature playing its favorite game, bringing the pieces of the puzzle together and directing us toward our destiny. Fellow Toastmasters, today I'll share with you three of such experiences from my life. In each of these experiences, my plans were overruled by nature. And as I think of it now, for a good reason. 1988, I was preparing for O-levels when a friend of mine told me he was going to apply for Pakistan Air Force and wanted me to go with him. I quickly collected all the paperwork and applied with him. We both passed initial tests in Rawalpindi and appeared together at the ISSB in Kohad. Either it was luck or nature playing its game. I cleared the ISSB while my friend didn't. I was selected for the 39th engineering course and joined PF College, Sargodha. I enjoyed every moment of my stay over there, including, believe it or not, the ragging. I was going to become an aeronautical engineer, or so I thought. After FSC exams, the engineering cadets were required to appear in the entrance exam for the College of Aeronautical Engineering in Isalpur. I did well in math, but was short of 6 points in physics. I did not qualify, along with 11 other cadets. We were called and told to leave the Anne Robinson way. You are the weakest link, goodbye. I was a bloody civilian again. I didn't plan to get into PAF and definitely didn't plan to leave it. I didn't like my first job. 1991. This time I had decided to try my luck with business administration. Since there weren't very many universities in Pakistan at that time, now there's a university around every corner, I went to the US instead. The first quarter was easy. I did great. The second quarter, however, was much more challenging. I had to take accounting at 7 a.m. in the morning and economics from a professor who took a quiz every day. I was a student from Pakistan, for God's sakes. We don't wake up that early, and we definitely do not study every day. I hated those courses. So without thinking, I dropped both the courses and decided to change my major, just like that. Engineering was out, business was out. I liked math, but I didn't want to become a teacher, so math was out too. Then a roommate suggested computer science with math minor. I didn't know much about computers at that time, but it had math, so I thought, hey, why not? That's exactly how I got into computer science. I later realized I was much better at pointers than I was at numbers. I did very well despite the hardships of studying full time, working full time to support myself, and cooking and cleaning and all that jazz while I was still a student. That is the time when computers were just starting to get into our lives. I didn't plan to get into computer science, but I sure loved it. I really liked that chocolate. 2003, I decided to move back to Pakistan with my parents. The plan was to move here, take a rest, and then look for a job. Someone suggested that I should apply for a job while in the US to secure a better package. I didn't. I wasn't in a hurry. Nature, of course, had its own plans. 5 days before we were to leave from North Carolina, a friend emailed me asking me to talk to the CEO of a company called Ultimus. They had their offices in the US and in Pakistan. He had copied that email to the CEO, so I didn't have a choice. An interview was scheduled. After talking about my experiences and reasons for moving back to Pakistan, Rashid Khan, then CEO of Ultimus, asked me what I planned to do in Pakistan. Told him that since embedded software development didn't have a scope in Pakistan, I probably would consider getting a job in project management. I told him my company had recently made me take a course on project management, and I kind of liked it. I asked him if they had any position for me. The reply was totally unexpected. Yes, we are looking for a project coordinator. They needed someone with development experience to sort out their project management processes in the development center in Pakistan and coordinate with the products team in the US. And I seemed to be the perfect choice. I was hired. I didn't plan to get this job, but it happened. I enjoyed that chocolate as well. When I look back now, I realize that I joined PAF so I could be prepared for the independence, hardship, and dedication that was required of me during my studies in the US. I changed my major to computer science just in time when this field was taking off. And I took project management course so I could get into Ultimus. Interestingly, I didn't plan any of this myself. They were thrust upon me by nature. Nature is always planning, and nature is indeed a very good planner. Madam Toastmaster.